Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the June City of Gary Plan Commission meeting. We're going to kick off here with roll call whenever Marco is ready.
All righty. All right. Let's see. Hold on one second. I have the roll call in front of me. All right. Mr. Sarah?
Present.
Mr. Hall?
Present.
Mr. Miller? Mr. Wilson? Mr. Cook? Mr. King? Mr. Harrell? And Mr. Allen. We will show that we do have a quorum to conduct official business today.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to ask for your help with the election of officers. Is there one of those? Do we have to make sure that happens today? There's, I think, one person that has to be elected.
What are we still waiting on?
I thought it was something with Mr. Washington.
I actually think this might be an error on the agenda because we did address this at the last meeting. I apologize for that.
Okay, no problem.
It just kept its in there.
All right. Then that's the easiest item we have on the agenda. We'll move on to the next one. We have the minutes in our books, and they were sent to us. Is there any, I need a motion, first of all.
I move to approve the minutes.
All right, is there a second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any comments from commissioners, changes, corrections? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Let's see. Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Cook? Mr. Wilson? Yes. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Sarah?
Yes.
That we will show that the minutes have been approved, and Mr. Harrell has just walked in. I don't know if he's able to vote on the approval of the minutes, or you want to, yeah, we have enough to.
Welcome, Commissioner Harrell.
Thank you.
All right, the next item is the public hearing portion, and we have three. I'm going to introduce the first one, PC 2025-10, partially rezone of a Pulaski school property to B3. This has been requested by the petitioner to defer. So I think that's all we need to do with that one, right?
Yeah.
I move to defer that.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I guess we can do a roll call.
We'll do a roll call on the deferral. All right, Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Cook? Mr. Wilson? Yes. Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Harrell?
Yes.
And Mr. Sarah.
Yes.
So we'll show that the motion has been deferred to the next meeting.
Gonna have an air conditioner. I think we'll be finished before they get it running, but. All right, the next item for public hearings is PC 2025-11, rezone to B1. The address is 5339 West 15th Avenue. Petitioner is Robert Lewis. There's a parcel description there, the legal description, but I'm going to appeal to staff for commentary.
Thank you, Mr. President. This petition is a request to rezone the southeast corner of 15th Avenue and Burr Street. This petition was in front of you at the last meeting, and at that time, we did take a public comment, and I had made a favorable recommendation pending the receipt of public notices. And we have received the public notices. They were all accurate and complete. We have not received any public written input for this project. My recommendation remains the same as favorable.
Thank you. Are there any comments from the commissioners today? Hearing none, seeing none. Do we need a public comment portion? All right. We'll open this up again for public comment. Is there anybody that would like to comment on 2025-11. Please state your name and your address, and we give you 2 minutes. Thank you.
My name is Pamela Hudson, and I live on the 1300 block of Ralston Street. So it says that it is a rezone for B1, which I think is actually a misnomer. It's actually they're trying to do B3. Is that correct? So first, the plug, is that true? So it's already a B1 facility. They already sell food, they already cook food, and they already sell other products. So what is different?
Are you referring to the 925 Shelby property?
No, I'm referring to the 15th Avenue property.
Okay, okay.
Is that where we are now?
That is. I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure, because that other one is a rezone, and you
Okay,
mentioned it.
so,
This is a vacant lot.
a vacant lot. So you're talking about next to the store that's already there. So they want to build a new store? What are they doing?
Mr. President, if you would like the petitioner to come up and give an introduction to the project, he is here. Attorney Lewis is here.
That's fine. Would you like the petitioner like to come up and give a quick description?
Please.
Please.
First of all, I want to thank you all for allowing me to come before you to explain what we're trying to do at this particular location. I represent a group of people, Buy and Save, which already owns a store located at 5301 West 15th Avenue. It's a small store. It's not gigantic. However, it's near the corner of 15th and Burr, and they already sell a number of items. It's a restaurant, a small, very, very small restaurant, and a grocery store, small items, and the like. It was created about 15 years ago, so it's been at that location for quite some time. And right on the corner of 15th and Burr is a vacant lot. It's only about a few steps from where their location currently exists, just a few steps. So what they have done is they've acquired the property, again, at 15th and Burr, and right now it's nothing but a vacant lot. There are some trees and greenery located on it and right next to it. And what they want to do is essentially expand the operation that's already there. They have had tremendous success where they are now, and they want to merely expand in the same footprint where they already are. As I said, it's only a few steps from where the current location is. So what they intend to do is build a brand new building on a vacant lot that is sitting there doing nothing. And it's going to be a 6,000 square foot building. It's going to house 3 different stores within that building. One store will be essentially devoted to beauty supplies and small clothing, you know. And another portion of the building will be a 15,000 square foot situation within that building, and they're going to have a beauty salon in that particular store. Keep in mind, 3 stores in one huge building. And the other portion of the building will be a 3,000 square foot building where they don't know what they're going to do with it, but they want to build it. It could be a lawyer's office. It could be a doctor's office. It could be anything, but they want to include that 3,000 square foot item within that 6,000 square foot building. There'll be a paved lot for 40 parking spaces that will essentially be there for not only the new location that they're trying to build, but also for the old location, which is already there. So essentially, they're creating additional tax revenue for the city. It's going to aesthetically improve that area, because again, there's nothing but a vacant lot, and there's nothing on it other than some greenery, which is, again, right next door to it. It's going to be a tremendous improvement for that location and that area. And again, we'd respectfully request that you approve this request. Thank you.
Thank you for describing.
Any questions before I depart?
I do. Do you have an architectural rendering of it, or, you know, some drawing of what it's going to look
Yes,
like?
we do. We got all of that done.
Do you have it here?
I've submitted it to the city, but here
Oh,
is
'cause
a
it's not in
small
our
version
packet.
of it.
His drawings
by
were submitted
Grand
to
Craft
the,
Associates.
his drawings were submitted to the building department as a part of their permit application, which is how this process got flagged because it was not zoned appropriately. So that's where the drawings are.
Any other questions?
Oh, yes, I have one. Thank you very much. What are the current hours of operation with the business that's currently operating next to the vacant lot? And what are the intended hours of use for the new businesses coming in there potentially? Do you know?
Well, I don't know the current hours. I know they open in the morning, maybe around 9. I'm sorry, 8. And the hours of the new location will coincide with the hours of the old location. And I think they close around 7 or 8 in the evening.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, we did have somebody up ready to make comments. Would you like to come back? Is she still here?
So, thank you, because we've heard different rumors and we didn't know what was going to be put there. And we appreciate you guys as our neighbors. We appreciate how you have helped improve the neighborhood as far as giving us a place to buy things, okay? But we do have a couple of things that we are concerned about as far as our community, as far as the footprint of our community, because a lot of times, a lot of trash and stuff has come along with it. And we just want to make sure that there's a way that, even though the trash isn't on their lot particularly, because across the street on Ralston is a wooded area, and it's just trashy. And somehow, since it's coming from your store, even though it's not you that's dropping it, but somehow, just being responsible for the neighborhood, because the trash that comes on our yards, those people who live there, we pick it up. And when my kids were younger, I used to actually pay them to pick it up in that empty lot, but my kids are now grown. So just some way to make sure that the neighborhood still stays clean and nice with all of this. And we appreciate you guys, like I said.
Okay, thank you. Yes? Just please state your name and address, please. Sure. You'll get 2 minutes.
My name is Dolores Teamer, and my address is 1373 Ralston Street. And my home is like right across the street, not directly across catacorner, across the street from the current store. And again, I also thank you for this opportunity to express our voices and our concerns, as well as our gratitude for having the business that has been there for a number of years. And started off as a grocery store, which was quite a blessing to our neighborhood. It's the only one that's within the area. Along with that concern, and I have to say that as a neighbor that's within 400 feet, I understand there's a need to notify the neighbors, and the notice that we got said to rezone to a B1, which is kind of confusing to us because we thought the actual store in place was being rezoned, and then we found out it already is a B1. So therein lies the confusion, as well as our an expression of some concerns that we want to voice. So now my understanding is they were intending to build a whole new facility and so forth. I would just like to say that having been there when they first came, and I've been there we built our home 60 years ago, so I understand what was going on prior, as a laundromat, prior to them purchasing it as a grocery store. And the owner and I, we've been in communication. We know each other. He knows through the years. He's been very receptive to concerns that I, as a neighbor, have brought up. And as she was saying, our neighbors were thinking he was making a change to the store when we felt already he's doing a number of things in the store, which we thought was zoned as a grocery store. So we were concerned about the cooked food there and clothing sold and some of those other things. We did not know that's all permissible in a B1. Our concern are some of the other things which we feel might be viewed as illegal. We have seen situations where cigarettes are sold individually. There's quite a bit of drug paraphernalia that's there. It's just a number of actions within the store that draws a number of people that are not good for our neighborhood. When we're concerned about that, smoking is permitted and seen in the store, actual smoking. Some of the customers are very noisy and rowdy outside the store. There are numerous times that the police has been called and has been seen, let me put it that way. There's shooting that has occurred. As a matter of fact, our neighbor directly across the corner from them, her bullet has shot up her vehicle. So we're just saying, when you go up to the store, you can smell marijuana. So we're saying the premises inside and outside, as she mentioned, need maintenance and maintaining. And we're just very concerned, especially now knowing that he's building a bigger store. And prayerfully, we're hoping that it will be a better store, because it is an asset to the neighborhood. We're right there with Concord Commons. Just a number of people who walk up and drive up to his store. He has a very lucrative business going.
Okay.
We're just saying we want it to be one in which is legal, that the Board of Health is involved as far as the safe and sanitary measures, because he does do a lot of cooking there and management of food. So we're just saying we're glad to see this as a improvement to our neighborhood. We feel like we're a good quality neighborhood, and we want things done legally, and we want him to maintain the vicinity.
All right.
That parking
Thank you.
lot is, as she mentioned, is trash. It needs to be done. And lastly, we would like to see him invest into our neighborhood, invest in our community, clean up the adjacent areas himself, and maybe do some things like for the students, school activities or something. Invest.
All right.
Do away with the illegal stuff, promote the good stuff. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else like to speak in favor or not in favor of this? Please state your name and address, please. And you get, just as a reminder to respect everybody else, we're limited it to 2 minutes for comments. Thank you.
I'll keep it under 2 minutes for sure. My name is Bassam Abdullah. I have been a corporate owner down the street for nearly 31 years. Address is 2287 West 15th Avenue at Westside Foods, right on the corner of 15th and Taft. These are legitimate concerns as far as legal activities, maybe loose cigarettes or even smoking inside the store, and perhaps some of the trash that's around the store. And I'm here speaking on behalf of my cousins that we will address those issues right away, and even we would be welcoming a meeting within ourselves, along with the neighbors, that we can take initiatives to clean up the area around, as far as either overgrown trees and whatnot. I can say for my cousins are very hardworking people. They are very concerned for the neighborhood, and they will do as they say. If they say they're going to clean up and maintain a store, they will do it. And as far as investing in the community, I could say from my experience, you know, whenever you do invest in a community that you operate a business in, it rewards you back tremendously. So you should do that. Other than that, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Yeah, you can ask him a question quickly.
My one question is, there was someone who has said that they were requesting to be zone B3 and obtain a liquor license. Is this
Not
correct?
That's not this project.
That's not project. No.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, last call for comments. Hearing none, seeing none, the public portion of this meeting is now over. Any final comments from any of the commissioners?
Mr. President, it's not directly related to the petition, but I would love to facilitate the meeting between community members and the organization, as I live a few blocks away as well, so I would love to speak with you guys to try to organize or facilitate that, if you guys are open to it.
That sounds directly related to me. That's very good. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I have a question. I'd like to know if, in fact, this project is green lit, what would be your timeline to start the construction and that type of thing?
Okay, once we get the approval from the city, we're going to begin within 30 days. We're already lining in anticipation. Hopefully, we're not being too premature in this, but in anticipation of the city's approval, we should begin construction within 30 days, of course, depending upon the weather. But we should begin almost immediately. We expect to be completed by next year sometime, perhaps the spring of next year. But we're going to get on this immediately, because this is a real priority of ours. Additionally, I just want to add that over the years, we've been good neighbors to the community, and the neighbors have treated us well. They put us in a position to buy the land, put us in a position to construct this brand new building. So we appreciate what the neighbors have done. And just before I came here, my partners and I drove through the neighborhood just to take one more glance at what was going on. And we pointed out the number of things that we're going to put on our agenda and try to take care of down the road. And some of that is a cleanup of the area. It just so happened that we were discussing that, because we saw a number of things outside of our area that needed to be touched upon. So we're going to be good neighbors.
So can we assume that you're going to lead the charge for the cleanup?
I'm sorry?
Can we assume that you're going to lead the charge for the cleanup?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
I have a
thank
question.
you again.
I have a question. Excuse me, sir. One more thing, sir. Will we be able to see the blueprints to the facility?
You mean we begin the process of building?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, we'll share that with you.
Okay.
All right. No more comments? If not, roll call, please. Or actually, we need a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Oh, hold on. We have one more comment.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Jones Ford, and I live in the neighborhood. I grew up there all my life. Our house was built in 1965. My father had that house built. He's since passed away, so I now live there. When I got the certified letter, I made it a point to be here today because I didn't understand. I've known Mr. Lewis for years, working with him in the courts in Lake County, and I saw his name on the letter. I'm not sure what the structure is going to be that is being built, and what is it going to house? I'm sorry. I thought I was. I'm short. Sorry about that. I wasn't understanding from the letter that I received the rezoning and that the property next to the mart that's there, what the structure is, that partial land that's next to the store, that's where the new structure is going. And I didn't understand what the new structure is. What is going on that lot?
The petitioner will have to work with the building department, through the building department with blueprints, et cetera. And he said he would share those with the city. He has to share them because they'll have to get approved for building. Okay?
Right, so the purpose of today is just the rezone. The zoning was not proper. Zoning, what we're determining here is the rezone to B1, which is a limited services district, and then you can look in the zoning code of what is allowable in a B1 zone. So the purpose of today is just to rezone, not necessarily get into the specifics of the building and all that. That's really handled with the building department.
Okay, no problem. I thought that's what we were going to find out today, and what's going in that area. So is it going? It's going to be in addition to the mart that's already there, or is the mart remaining?
I'm not certain, Mr. Lewis.
They explained it was going to be a new building, but again, we're just looking at the rezone here today.
Okay.
All right, public comment portion is now closed. So I'm looking for a motion.
I move to approve petition 2025-11.
I'd like to second it, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Seeing that it's properly, the motion is on the table and is properly seconded, I'll get a roll call, please. Marco?
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Cook,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Hall,
Yes.
Mr. Harrell,
Yes.
and Mr. Sarah.
Yes.
So we'll show by a vote of 6-0. This motion receives a favorable recommendation to be sent on to the city council.
Sure. All right, the next item on the agenda is petition number 2025-12. The petitioner is Brian Lewick. The request is to rezone to B3 for a full-service restaurant located at 925 North Shelby in Gary. His current zoning classification is B1, and I will defer to staff for a description.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is an existing building. It currently is vacant and located at 925 Shelby. This is currently zoned business, but it is limited services. So while it may have formerly been a restaurant, it was limited to not serve alcohol. Our code requires a rezone to B3 in order to establish a full-service restaurant, including alcohol sales. I did have some conversations in the community last week about this project. The primary question that was asked of me was parking requirements. I did review their square footage and the necessary parking associated with that, as I do with all the projects. They do meet parking requirements, so I just wanted to note that since I had that specific question. We have not received any written communication prior to this date, and we did review their public mailings, and they are all compliant with their public notifications. With all that said, I am making a favorable recommendation at this time.
Well, thank you very much. Would the petitioner like to speak and describe the project for the commission?
Hello, my name is Brian Lewick. I will be the owner of this operation. My wife and I both. That's my wife Bonnie. Yeah, we're looking at doing a non-smoking restaurant in the 925, full service. We're looking to do some steaks, pastas, and some gourmet pizzas out of this place. My wife and I have lots of experience in this industry. I was in the industry for 25 years. I took a short leave on this to do something else, and I just got pulled back into this again. So it's just something that we're both passionate about. My wife still is currently in the industry. She's at Flamingo currently and has been there for years as well. We're just looking to bring something to Miller that we need, that I feel that we need, being a lifelong Miller resident, is something for families to do. There's a lot of Airbnbers out today that have been taking over a lot of these places, and there's not a lot of places by us, restaurants rather, that offer something for families, especially non-smoking. This is going to be something family friendly, that's not going to break the bank, that you could actually take your family to and enjoy. When we're looking at doing this alcohol venture that we're doing, that's beer and wine. We're not talking about having parties. Our hours of operations, we're looking at doing Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 10, and on Friday and Saturday from 11 to midnight, possibly 11 o'clock, depending how busy you are, but probably last call at around 11 o'clock. And yeah, that's pretty much our vision, That's it. And I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions from commissioners? All right, thank you. I'll
Thank
open
you.
it up to public comment.
Good afternoon. I first want to apologize for my dress. We had a children's event at my place of employment, and I was trying to get here on time.
Not a problem.
My name is Robin Boldy. I'm currently an Indiana University police officer. I did 20 years with the Gary, Indiana Police Department, and I am a Gary native. Born and raised here. I currently live in Miller. I've been living there over 21 years now. Graduated from West Side, so this is home for me. I've known Bonnie and Brian for several years, many years. They're actually my neighbors, and I believe that their establishment will be an asset to our community, especially being non-smoking. Not trying to down any of the other businesses, but in Miller we kind of need something that's more family oriented. And having the beach, we do get a lot of visitors during the summertime, and I think that'll be a nice addition to the Miller community. So with that being said, please, with their request, hopefully it will be approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I have a question, Mr. President. The fact of the matter is, someone else had come before us with the idea in mind of opening up an Italian restaurant. And at that time, if memory serves me correctly, we vacated the property that I see north of that. Now, was that to be considered for outdoor dining, or would that be parking?
That is actually considered for an outdoor dining in the future.
Okay.
I don't think that'll be our target, because our target opening date, and I like to be a little aggressive. I'm thinking September, but my wife says that I'm nuts. So I agree with her too. So of course we won't see any of that this year, but possibly in the future, if the money allows us to. I mean, this is a big building. It's taking a lot of money to do this, but So yeah, the other side that was part of this lease agreement that I did go to, I believe it did pass, and now is zoned. It's part of my lot as well.
It's vacated.
Yeah, it's mine. So, but yeah, outdoor dining would be a plus. It's a big thing right now. A lot of places are doing it. San and Salsa is doing it. Flamingo does it. I would like to, of course, try to compete with them when it's beautiful outside, and of course, I like to see all my neighbors make it and do well. But yeah, it would be great for us to have our little, tables outside and little bistro sets, and enjoy a nice meal. But yeah,
I have a question. Do you own the property, or
we are leasing the property.
You're leasing.
Yes.
It. Okay. So isn't it a requirement that the owner make the petition? I just for
It's
legal
not a
sake.
requirement that the owner makes the petition. It is a requirement that the owner provides us with written approval that they seek the permission, and we did receive that.
Okay, that's all.
Yes. Is that it?
You're good.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Hi, my name's Bill Dorshawn. I've only been in Miller about 15 years. I know Brian and Bonnie through my wife, who's been there, my God, 45 years. Okay, Joyce Davis, Lake Street Gallery. Okay? We need a restaurant like this. I got nothing against Flamingo. I got nothing against the other restaurant. But, the non-smoking is the biggest thing. I don't know how Flamingo still gets away with the smoking. That's up to you guys, okay? But the way I look at it, it should have been abolished. They should no more smoking in that restaurant. I mean, I'm originally from Illinois, and Illinois has had non-smoking probably for about 30 years now. I mean, every restaurant, suburbs, everything. And I'm looking forward to going to a restaurant where I don't have to smell people that smell like an ashtray, okay? That's your business if you want to smoke, okay, but not in a restaurant, And family, that'd be nice too for family. That's all I got to say. I want these guys to do what they want to do.
Thank you, Bill. Last call. Hearing none, seeing none, the public comment portion of this petition is over. So looking for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'm a Miller resident, and I would certainly appreciate them coming into Miller and opening up another restaurant. So I'd move for passage of this particular petition.
As another Miller resident, I second it.
Roll call, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Cook,
Yes.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Hall,
Yes.
Mr. Harrell,
Yes.
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
and Mr. Miller.
Yes.
We'll show that by a vote of 7-0. This will receive a favorable recommendation and move on to City Council.
And I just wanted to note that Mr. Miller did come in to hear this petition for the minutes. All right. I think the last item on the agenda is staff update. Oh, I do, yes.
Yes, I do have some items to cover. First, for the petitioners that were here today, or not here today, not here anymore, we, in these rezone requests, these will automatically go to council. So following our recommendation, it will have 3 readings at the city council level. And I'll send you an email that describes what meetings you need to attend and which ones you do not. But it will take another cycle of approvals through city council. The next announcement I would like to make, I am so excited about this. I would like to introduce you all to Dr. Sylvia Martin. She is our new planning and zoning administrator, and she comes to us by way of Michigan City. She is a Gary resident, and we are very lucky to have her again. She actually was here and worked on our last comprehensive plan and was the architect for our zoning map. So she brings a lot of talent to the team and will be helping our petitions move through the process from cradle to grave, so to speak. So she'll be doing a lot of lead work that and allow us to look at things that we haven't had the capacity to look at, things like before, like police records. You know, when we have something come through, you know, if we need to look at a police record, then we can do that. The other thing is that council is asking questions at their meetings, both in the planning and development meeting and at the city council, in regards to taxes being current and what council district are on that. So going forward, our packets will have some additional information so that you and the council will have information to make your decisions. Dr. Martin, did you want to step up and introduce yourself to everyone?
Person button. Look at that. Hello, everyone. As she said, I am Dr. Sylvia Martin. I worked here previously. I actually started as an intern in 2012. 2013, and then from there, I was the zoning GIS analyst. I'm a certified GIS analyst, and this has always been home to me because in order to work here, over 10 years ago, I had to live here. So it became a place for where I gave birth to all of my children. I only have 3. So I'm here because I want to contribute to the vision that I see in the world and that I see Gary being, like my grandfather would say, his stomping ground. So thank you guys, and I'm excited to work with you all.
Thank you. On behalf of the commission, welcome aboard, Dr. Martin.
Today literally is her first day.
Oh,
She's
great.
had a couple training days, but today's her first day that I'm interacting with her. So I'm very excited to have her as a part of the team.
Excellent.
Because we have a lot of work ahead of us. The first one, as you know, we've been working through our comprehensive plan. The consultant team, MKSK, has documented all of the public input that we received from the neighborhood forum associated directly with schools. And we have correlated that input with best practices, and we are working on updating our land use map for the comprehensive plan. We plan on rolling a draft of that plan out in July at our July meeting, okay? Then in August, we plan on rolling out a draft of a new zoning code. We don't expect you to just drop the hat and approve these right away. We expect some conversation, dialogue, maybe a special meeting in order to accommodate public input and our commissioners' time to have these conversations. The zoning code, we are doing a complete rewrite of the book. This code has not been updated since 1990. And so instead of piecemealing it, like we attempted in January, you may remember I brought a section on daycare and lot sizes to you in January. But once we really got into the code, we decided that a complete rewrite. So our practice right now is I do have a draft that I am sending week by week chapters to the legal team here, and they are reviewing each chapter to make sure that it's legal and it conforms with our practices here in Gary, let alone our best practices that we're trying to achieve. Once we get through legal review, we will issue a draft of that code to you all in August, okay? We expect changes both from the comprehensive plan and from the zoning code. So we are going to take the next month to make changes after the draft rolls out and public and leadership has time to weigh in. That puts us in September, and for approval and then it will move on to council, and hopefully by the end of the year, we will have adopted a comprehensive plan, a zoning code, and then on top of that, I will be bringing to you as well a new zoning map. That map will zone every single parcel that aligns with our new zoning code designations. For instance, we have 7 classifications in our residential districts, from R1 to R7. We do not use all of these codes, and some of them are duplicative of each other. And so we're consolidating to 4 residential districts. And as a result, that will allow us to be a little bit more efficient in our approvals, and a little bit easier for the public to understand. They're not having to read 7 districts to find out which ones they fit in. We're also writing new standards that we've never contemplated before, like animal standards. We have never had standards on how many chickens you can have from a land use standpoint, but that is trendy, and there are some places in the city that have chickens, but we have no way to regulate that because
It's the roosters that are the problem.
the new code says no roosters because you do not need roosters to have eggs. So there will be no roosters, but it does take into consideration apiary, which is beekeeping. So, you know, how big does your lot need to be if you want to have a beehive in your backyard? Another new regulation that we're considering bringing to you is wellhead protection districts, which is design standards for areas that have been designated as a wellhead protection area, which is our drinking water. So setting standards that has that. Also contemplating a stronger solar code. Right now we do have a solar code, making that a little bit stronger, along with you know, the adjustments to our zoning codes. Right now we do not have a mixed use zoning code. So we'll be bringing to you 2 different mixed-use zoning codes, one that is neighborhood-oriented and one that is downtown-oriented. So Attorney Molina has been very busy in making sure that we are doing things correctly. And then our very first project assigned to Dr. Martin will be creating this zoning map. And this is no small undertaking. It literally will take her 6 weeks full-time to be able to do this. I have actually already started the inventory of these parcels with eyes on the parcels. Each week I take 2 hours and drive a specific neighborhood, and I check the county assessor's information against how the property is used today. So we've had some exercises on the street, and now we'll really start putting that data into the computer. And that concludes my updates for today.
That's great.
Can I ask
Questions?
a question? Yeah.
Sure.
So in doing the rezoning, any particular parcel may have its zoning changed. Will we have to approve each one of those, or in you know, as a block of them?
Yeah. We will not address this individually because there are thousands of parcels in the city. We will do a blanket approval and blanket public notices where we will inform the public that we are rezoning to align with today's existing use and make sure that our new code districts match what that property is used today. So for instance, the petition that we had today, 925 Shelby, it still would be B1 on a new map if we didn't designate that a permitted use is allowed in B1 as a full-service restaurant. So we'll have a permitted use table that goes along with all of the different districts to make sure that we are aligning with the businesses that we have today and reflecting that accurately on the map.
I have a question. I did not make the meeting as I was out of town regarding the former schools. Is there any way you could give us a quick synopsis of what happened there and how that perhaps would affect our rezonings that you're referring to?
The synopsis of the neighborhood input meeting for schools does not affect our rezoning effort because the neighborhood schools conversation was for our comprehensive plan. It allows us to set a vision, and the code is how we administer that vision. So our code will still say a school, okay? Because it still is a school. But our vision on our comprehensive plan will say this needs to be single-family residential, or it needs to be mixed use or business or something like that. The format of the evening, we held the meeting at the library, and I can tell you confidently that our team was not prepared for the turnout. We had structured the meeting in a way where we thought we could have small table dialogues with individuals, but we had such a massive turnout that we had to switch quickly on our toes. So we gave a short presentation at the very beginning, which was basically instructions on how the evening was going to go, because we wanted to encourage people. We had each of the vacant schools that were owned by the city or GHA on boards, and then we gave every person that was attending, which was north of 150 people, little stickers or Post-it notes to make their comments on each board. And then we had each board, which was a school. So let's say Horace Mann. Horace Mann had a board, and someone could go up and talk about how they wanted Horace Mann to be revitalized, redeveloped. And we made notes, either whether it was growth-oriented or stabilize. You just stabilize the building. We want the building to stay, find a use for the existing building. So we had those types of conversations at the forum. The forum was 5:30 to 7:30, and we had to ask people to leave at the end of the meeting. There was a lot of dialogue, and it was good dialogue. Our team then went through and documented all of the data that we received and the conversations, and then basically put it into numbers so that we can see what was the magnitude around growth or residential development or hotels, small cottage homes, or keep it a school, that kind of thing. We documented all of the input, and then that information is working its way into our future land use map. So Horace Mann previously was shown as an inactive school on our comprehensive plan. From a staff person, that doesn't help me make a recommendation on how the school should be, redeveloped. So with a new vision, we will say this property needs to be single family, or this property needs to be destination. It's next to the hospital. Should it be associated with a hospital type activity? So things like that. We'll highlight that, and we will have a separate standalone chapter that details out how we believe these properties should be redeveloped in the comprehensive plan.
Yes, and thank you for answering our questions today. In regards to potentially updating us on the minimum lot size for build ordinances, I think we had submitted a recommendation of 25 feet, and I'd heard that there were others inputting into this process now. Do we have any vision or expectations where we might end that?
I believe the way that our code was written in January was a 30-foot minimum or as platted. We have properties that are 25 feet in some neighborhoods, but by and large, the standard tends to be around 35 feet in the city. as people are, like, for instance, last or 2 months ago, we had a request to replat a property on Waite Street, and that was making the lot bigger. And so what we are setting the minimum proposal now is 30 feet, which was what was proposed in January. That way, we're accommodating the existing fabric of the community, because it will say or as platted, which allows for, if there's a lot that's 25 feet, it will be permitted to build on that 25-foot lot. But if you came through and you had a 75-foot lot, you could only split that into 2 35-foot lots, not 3 25-foot lots, because the minimum lot width is 30 feet. And that's because we want a diversity of product. We don't want all shotgun houses, which are 18-foot wide and 42 feet long. We want a diversity of housing products, so that's why we set our minimum at 30 feet.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I would like a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Started reading like